What's up, guys? Just watching my last video. Wasn't quite happy with it, so I wanted to make this follow-up video just to kind of help clarify a few things when it comes to buying parts or getting parts, and just some general computer things you should know if you don't know too much. Things you need just to get the build completed. You need a motherboard. It has to be in the DSDT database on Tony Mac, like we talked about. You need a processor that has to be compatible with the motherboard. We're going to take another quick look at that. You need a video card. Scour the Tony Mac website to make sure whatever video card you pick will work with your build. If you don't like this one, you will need a hard drive. This is just a regular 7200 RPM hard drive. We'll talk about those in a minute. You will need RAM. We'll talk about that in a minute. You will need an optical drive, and you will need the Mac OS X Snow Leopard DVD, which I forgot to mention. I'll post that in this description. And you will need a thumb drive. Mine's 8 gigs. I think 4 gigs will do it though. And this is a solid state drive, not necessary, but I recommend it because it makes your computer super fast. But yeah, like I say, you need this, 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 and this, and this, and this in order to just make a computer and make it run. So let's just take a quick look at parts. So say you have a motherboard picked out. This is a good one. You're looking at RAM. Just go up to search and just look through the RAM, and as long as it matches one of these numbers, you should be good to go. It has to say DDR3, and it can be 2200, that's for overclocking, 1600, 1333, or 1066. It has to say those numbers on it. If it does, you should be all good to go. Processor, it says CPU type. It has to have, this is the most important, the socket type. Make sure that's correct. Make sure it matches your motherboard. Yeah, so that's my motherboard. Those are some things you have to keep in mind if you're picking a different motherboard or different parts. Just make sure. So there's my processor, an i7-850, 1156. Nice processor. There is my video card. Yeah, if you don't like it, like I say, scour the Tony Mac website to make sure a video card that you might have or want to pick out is compatible. RAM, like I say, DDR3 1600. Just make sure those numbers are, if you're picking out a different RAM, make sure those numbers are there, and they're on your, also on your motherboard. RAM again. Hard drives. This is just a regular hard disk drive. The faster the speed, the just better the computer will perform. You also want to make sure that it's a SATA 3.0 when you're picking out a hard drive, and if you have the same case as me, you want to make sure it's a 3.5-inch hard drive. Some cases come with adapters to fit the smaller 2.5 hard drives, which would be like one you would find in a laptop, but they do work on desktop computers, so those are fine too. You just want to make sure that the case you have will fit the 2.5-inch hard drives. What else do we got here? DVD drives. As far as I know, pretty much all DVD drives will work with your Hackintosh. Just make sure it's SATA and you should be good to go there. One of these days we're going to be talking about Blu-ray, so that won't be for a while because I don't have a Blu-ray drive yet. Cases, just make sure it says ATX if your the motherboard that I showed earlier is what they call just a standard ATX motherboard. Other motherboard that would be quite popular is a micro ATX. This case will support both. It just has different mounting bracket inside. So yeah, just make sure it's ATX or micro ATX compatible if you're picking a different case and a different motherboard. Solid state hard drives, just make sure they're SATA 2. You can pretty much pick any one you want. I would recommend 60 gigs and up. And like I say, solid state hard drives are only optional. You don't need it. What you do is you pop it in, you run the operating system off of it, and you store all your files on the regular hard drive. And running your operating system on a solid state hard drive is absolutely amazing. So I recommend it, but like I say, it is an expensive option, but if you ask me, it's a must-have. Extra cooling. In the case that I have, the Hackintosh R3, you don't really need a second fan. Depends on what you're doing, but I chose to put one in, make it look cool with the blue lights there, and keep everything a bit cooler. Let's take a look at so this is an aftermarket cooler. That's its, let's just show you a picture here. This is the motherboard. Under this fan, this is the stock fan that comes with the processor. Under this is the CPU. This fan doesn't really cut the mustard, if you ask me. So yeah, I recommend getting an aftermarket fan. What you want to do is go down to details and compatibility, like we talked about the sockets before. Just make sure it's compatible with the socket you have. This one is pretty much compatible with every Intel socket there is. Don't worry about the AMD compatibility because we are not building AMD Hackintoshes. We are sticking to Intel. But yeah, Arctic Cooling Freezer 7 Pro, I recommend it. It's great. It's the most reviewed aftermarket cooler on Newegg, so you know it's good. Let's just take a quick look at my motherboard here, just to give you a quick overview on what's going on this thing. Right here, this is just a bare motherboard. This is what it's going to look like when it's brand new. Here's where the CPU or the processor is going to go. These 4 holes is where your fan is going to mount, and then you're going to plug the fan into one of these outlets. This right here, this little piece of paper with the numbers on it that pops out, you stick your RAM in these slots, really easy. Video card, you're going to pop in here. Hard drives, you're going to hook up to these are called SATA ports. They're going to plug into here. There's 4 here. Here is where you would plug the wires coming out of the front of the case. We're going to be talking about this in depth when we do the actual build. I just wanted to just help clarify a few things about computer parts, and just show you that it is easy to build your own computer. This is kind of like power for the whole motherboard, right? This here is power for the video card, and then here is where you're going to be plugging all your stuff in. That's like the back of your computer. It's too easy. I'm going to show you in the next video how easy it is to build a computer. I just wanted to help kind of clarify just a bit, and I hope this video helps clarify a few things. So until the next video, I hope this one helped.